Hi guys, welcome back. We're gonna do a little programming today on our the Morningstar MC6 PRO. Just want to show you a little bit about it. There's a lot of good things you could do with Midi. Simplify a lot of things. So with that, we can go here to our computer, and we're going to start up the software. It's actually it runs on Chrome browser, and it's built by Morningstar. It's the editor. So you pick the one that you have. I currently have the MC6 PRO. Now they've just released a newer version of the MC8, which I believe has now Bluetooth in it, incorporated in it. Okay, so you'll pick the one you have, and if you have your Morningstar connected to your computer, you'll just hit the connect to, and to this side you have your banks, and to this side you have the presets. Okay. On my system, the D button is the tuner. So if we click on here, you'll see that this is the tuner. And you can add colors, by the way, to each one of the buttons. Not the actual switch, but you know, the little screen within there. And this is probably the simplest one you can program out of the box if you have an FM3. Okay. Very important that when you start programming in Midi, that your Midi channels are both the same on the Midi box and your FM3 or your Boss looper or whatever item that you're going to be using, whatever effects you're going to be using, or whatever you know, effects or multi-chain or whatever it is you're going to use. They make it really easy to program these. In the FM3 and the FM9, basically you'll go in there and you'll assign a channel, a Midi channel, which is up here somewhere also as your controller settings. You have the general configuration, Omni ports, and each one has things that you can set up on. Okay. And we're going to go to, this is your Midi clock ports. Okay, Midi through. I don't have anything set on the Midi through. You can configure your Omni ports. There's a waveform generator, sequencer engine, scroll counters, Midi clocks, Midi channel. Okay, and this is where, as you can tell on the Midi channel, this is where I have my FM3 is on Midi channel 1. Okay, and I'm using the DIN Midis. Okay, I'm not using anything else to connect to that box. The Boss RC10 looper, I'm using the 3.5 millimeter, the 1/8 jacks, the TRS Midis, and I have assigned that. I use that for the Boss. This is on Midi channel 2. Okay, And so far, those are the only two channels that I'm using, 1 and 2. So I go to FM3 and I assign it MIDI channel 1, and on the Boss RC10 I assign it channel 2. Cool thing about this software that they've created, or this editor, is you can do a controller backup at any time. And if you make a mistake and you want to replace it with an old backup version, you could do that as well. So let's go back to our tuner. Simplest one you can set up is I have it set up on the D button, where I will press, and the type that I'm going to be using is the Axe-Fx tuner. If you click on here, they have a bunch of other different devices, okay? Axe-Fx, we have Axe-Fx tuner and Axe-Fx integration, and I have the tuner. And I choose the model that I use, which is the FM3, and it's MIDI channel 1, okay? On the MIDI, on the FM3, you have to go to the MIDI area and pair it with that, so you're able to use the tuner. My A button, basically I can tell it what song I'm using or what key I'm in or I'm going to be in. And at this point, if I press it, I've set it to do a program change, and I'm essentially telling it to send a program change to the channel that I want, which would be 49, and it's going to go to MIDI channel 2 to the Boss RC10. When I press that, when I press it as well, as soon as I press that A channel, it takes me to the specific designated channel or song on the Boss looper, and it takes me to the Axe-Fx integration, which gives me in the FM3 a pre-select. Okay, the pre-select meaning is that I can tell it, give me in channel 408, give me channel 408, starting at channel 408 on Fractal, on the Fractal MIDI channel 1, which is the FM3. When I do that, it sets up my music to the looper, and it's asking, it is setting up the amplifier that I want to start on the FM3. My B channel is the start and stop for the looper. So this is just a control change. So if I hit it once, it sends a control change, which is control change number 10. The CC value is 127, and it sends it to channel 2, which is the Boss RC10. If I double tap it, it means to stop. So I've designated 10 as a start, 11 as a stop, and they're both in the Boss. That's all that sits there. This one here, well, it's a mistake. I made a mistake there, and that can happen. So this is a mistake. So let me just go ahead and clear that out. And so we just have start and stop. And let's save the preset. In the C, I have bank down, or it really more like a bank up, right? Which is basically This is simple. You press it and you bank down on your controller. And this is the tuner on D. Scenes is the actual button that I press on. When I press it, it toggles a page. And so when you toggle a page, this is your second part of your page. Okay, so I can toggle into that page. And as soon as I hit this, it takes me into this second set of presets, right? And here is, this is programming the FM3. I send it a control change. I send number 88 to 0 value, and it's on MIDI channel 1. What it tells me is, or what it does is, it gives me the preset of whatever amplifier or whatever scene is on that channel that I'm using. And it'll do the same for number 2. Here you see a CC value 1. And in the book of the FM3, there's a set of values towards the end, and you can use those to program. And so you can see that I use from 1 through 5. The last one is home, and home basically is just another press. It's a toggle a page, and it takes me back to page 1, which is this one right here. Okay, and the bank up, it just lets me just bank up these channels, and here's your bank. So when I go bank up or bank down, you're moving up or down here, and each one of these will be almost replicated, almost the same. Okay, maybe just slightly different at certain areas. I know that it basically feels quite daunting for this type of stuff. It's not. If you take your time, you'll be able to grab a hold of this. The Morningstar forum is a great place to get answers and see what other folks do with their systems. So don't be afraid of this. Get in it, enjoy it, and have fun with it. Thanks for stopping by, and God bless you. Bye-bye.